There's still a certain novelty to being an early adopter. The retail Honor 500 Pro 200 Pro is here. This year, the Honor 500 series has definitely garnered more attention than before. I think even more than the Magic 8 series. It came with a semi-soft pair of earphones. Its popularity is mainly due to its exterior design. These days, if your new phone lacks emotional value or unique features, it's easily overlooked. Even with great performance, if people aren't interested, no one will buy it. So, changes in appearance are the simplest and easiest way to get noticed. This year, the Xiaomi 17 Pro series added a unique feature, and its popularity soared. The Magic 8 series, however, barely changed its look, so its popularity is very low. I bought the 12-light version for $38.99. For an offline phone like this, it definitely lacks cost effectiveness. However, compared to similarly priced competitors, I think its competitiveness is quite strong, given its decent and somewhat distinctive exterior design. Let's quickly check the accessories: a SIM ejector tool, a gift pack, and a transparent phone case. This soft case is pretty ordinary. Here's the charging kit. It supports 80-watt charging, which isn't super fast, and an A2C cable. Let's focus on the phone itself. I picked the silver version. This generation's Honor 500 Pro has a few selling points I think are quite good. First, the exterior design. Whether you say it resembles an iPhone Air or Google's Pixel phone, it's certainly the first among domestic phones in China to adopt this design. It's a pioneer, and it still feels fresh. Then there's this phone. Although positioned as an offline model, it uses the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. It's only second to the Gen 3, and even the upcoming Gen 5 won't surpass the sufficient performance of this Gen 2. It's much stronger than competitors' Dimensity 8450 in the same price and segment. I think this is one of its biggest selling points. Also, it's a 6.5-inch phone, but it comes with a large 8,000 mAh battery, offering ultra-long endurance, which really addresses a key pain point. So these three aspects: unique design, powerful processor, and a top-tier battery. Based on these 3 points, even if the cost performance isn't top tier, spending over 3,000 yuan on this phone, I personally believe it's a good deal. I'd also be happy to recommend it to others. Now let's briefly check out its appearance. The rear camera, as you can see, features 3 circles. Honestly, I find these 3 circles less coordinated than the Honor 500 Standard Edition. The 500 has 2 circles, which to me looks a bit less appealing. But the design features are fully optimized. The camera bump, as you can see, isn't overly prominent. The camera module also uses an integrated cold carving process. This craftsmanship is quite good, and the visual appeal is excellent. The back features AG frosted glass, which resists fingerprints. And here you'll find the Honor logo. What do you all think of this back design? Feel free to discuss this in the comments. Its rear setup is a triple camera configuration with a main lens, a periscopic telephoto, and an ultra wide. Here are some sensors, and the flash is located here. The main camera is a Samsung 200 megapixel sensor. The telephoto is a 50 megapixel periscopic lens with 3x optical zoom, supporting OIS, and there's a 12 megapixel wide angle lens, which also has a macro function. For the front, it's a 50 megapixel main camera, but at this price point, the lack of a periscope telephoto lens is quite a shame. It has an aluminum alloy frame with a frosted finish. The phone's overall feel is quite good, and it feels premium in hand. Because it's 6.5 inch, 60 watt size. 5 inches. Not too big or wide. The hand feel is great, and the camera's at the top, so it won't affect your fingers. Plus, no wobbling when placed on a table. Playing games is actually fine, as the bump isn't too noticeable, so I personally quite like this camera layout. Here are the volume buttons and the power button. The buttons feel very solid, no looseness, the build quality is good. And here's a camera button. It's touch sensitive, not pressable. The bottom looks like this. Let's see. The other side has no buttons. The top has speaker and mic holes. Let's power it on. There's a subtle vibration, but the vibration is average. Magic OS. 4. Fingerprints. It's an ultrasonic sensor. Its position is also quite suitable. It's pre-installed with Magic OS 10, and we can see this is its default wallpaper. Let's take a quick look at the front bezels. They're still quite narrow, but the bezel's rounded corners, especially at the bottom, aren't quite as flush. But overall, the bezels aren't wide, and honestly, Honor's screens have always been quite good. Its resolution is 1.5K, and the refresh rate is up to 120 Hz. Just choose the highest setting, and then max out these. Regarding screen colors, the default is Vivid. There are also standard and professional modes. Standard is warmer, Vivid is cooler. I think the default Vivid is quite good. The color shift at wide angles on this screen is also well handled. However, white backgrounds can appear slightly grayish. And for eye protection, Honor has always done well with so many eye-friendly displays. This screen supports 3840Hz high-frequency PWM dimming. Finally, let's check the simple specs. A Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, 12 plus 512 storage, an 8000 mAh battery, plus a self-developed RF chip C1 Plus, a signal enhancement chip, and a battery management chip E2. For charging stack, it supports 80W，最需要就係以 2W wired and 50W 都有，至少係會輸入bằng W wireless fast charging. Yes, it has wireless charging. The camera offers a 0.66 wide angle plus 2x, 3x, and 6x zoom. Specific effects will be detailed in later tests. Other features include IP68, 69 dust, and water resistance. My initial impression of the Honor 500 Pro is quite positive. Price-wise, it's not the best value, but compared to similar products from other brands, its performance is quite good. If you're interested in this phone, please follow. I'll release a detailed review video. Any other questions? Discuss them in the comments. I'll test them for you. Self-funded reviews aren't easy, so please follow.